Alright guys, how's it going? It is Friday, the 9th of August 2019 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Alright. What are you doing this weekend? Let me know in the comments section below. What did you think of the transfer window? Oh, we went live yesterday on here, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, all at the same time. We had a great discussion going on multiple networks. We didn't expect anything to happen yesterday, but we had a good natter nevertheless, especially about, not just transfer things, but we were talking about some of the players Liverpool have signed, in the past, and we were like, do you remember him? Do you remember him? It was terrifying, some of the players that we've had in the past, guys. They were absolutely abysmal. So whatever, you've got to look at that squad now and say, wow, it is so much better to some of the players. If you were part of that conversation yesterday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. With regards to that conversation yesterday, I would like to thank VP75 especially. He always supports me. Jack Beardsley and Marky Mark. They have this feature on YouTube. Apparently, I didn't even know it existed. I have no idea. Everyone was talking away, and then these little signs kept coming up saying $2, $2, $10, $4.99, and all that. I was like, what's all that? And apparently, people can chip into the kitty. They can buy you a pint and all that. Marky Mark said, there you go, dunk $2 for a pie at lunch. VP75 chucked in, said get yourself a steak. I like that, guys. I like that. We need to do more chats, definitely. I do like doing the live streams. We used to do them on a weekend sometimes. When I was going out for a bevy, we'd have some music and tunes and that. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So if you're interested in us doing, me doing more of the streams, I'm up for that. But when would you want them? Before a game, in the run up to a game, is probably the best for me. During a game, it takes me away from the game a little bit, and also, surely you guys are watching the game. After the games isn't too bad if it's an early kickoff, but if it's a late kickoff like 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock here for me, and then a couple of hours, 11, 12, we're talking midnight and stuff, so I'm not sure that would work. But if you would be interested in me maybe doing something like on a Saturday morning, or I don't know, if you're interested in the live streams and you would support them, let me know. I will consider that for you. So overall, it was a terrible transfer window in my opinion. I'm not falling for it. I don't believe in this, we didn't need to buy anyone. I don't believe that. Do you really think that the money that was saved this year will then go into next year's pot on top of what else we've got? Of course it won't. That won't happen. We expect, the word is that there will be a bigger expenditure. Well, there was no expenditure this year really, but there's people close to the club are saying, oh no, next summer, it'll be different and all this. But, there is also a suggestion that the club are expecting to lose one of the front three. Mane, possibly, Salah. Is it going to be a case then of sell to buy? Do you know what I mean? Which is what people have suggested this summer is why we didn't really do anything, was because they didn't sell anyone, So, very negative stuff. I was looking at the total net spend on transfer fees this summer. Aston Villa 144.5 million, Arsenal 82.5 million, City 76.7 million, Manchester United 74 million, Tottenham 71.8 million, Wolves 62 million, Brighton 58.51 million, Everton 58.5 million, West Ham 44.75, Sheffield United 43, Newcastle 33.3 million, Watford 27.3 million, Southampton 24 million, Leicester 11 million, Bournemouth 9.2 million, Burnley 6.5 million, Norwich, our opponents this evening, thank the Lord the football is back, 1.1 million, Liverpool minus net spend of 24.42 million, Crystal Palace minus 39 million, Chelsea with their ban minus 173.2 million. Staying with Norwich there, only 1.1 million net spend. I'm so looking forward to this game tonight, guys. It takes us away from all the transfer bullshit and we can get on with watching the football again, which I'm sure is all that, that's all we want to do really. And it's not just tonight, it's the weekend's action. I like to watch as much football as I can. My routine has been shit for months. Now we can, start watching the football again and hopefully enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? And we'll see what happens. Maybe it will be a right decision. There's a lot of former players. It's not just the fans. A lot of former Liverpool players are a bit confused by it. People in the media are saying it's a gamble. Will Liverpool, will they be able to say next year Klopp got it right, or will we all turn around and go, that was a massive, massive mistake? The thing is that I will say is I've never known a football manager ever be completely happy with his squad. Never. And can you really tell me that of all the players on our books at the club in the first team available, that's class first team squad or whatever, can you really tell me that not a single player can be improved upon? I don't believe that, and I think that we did try a couple of things. I think we tried for Coutinho. I might do a video later today about what I believe's happened there. I believe that there was a couple of options, but the manager is said to have said no, they are overpriced, so maybe that's the manager's decision. But I can't help but think that also that the hierarchy, whether you want to call that Michael Edwards or whether you want to call it FSG, whoever has said we need to reel it in a bit this summer. Do you know what I mean? For X reasons or whatever. I do, because people keep saying, do you reckon it's the manager? Do you reckon it's the owners? I think there's a bit of both there, and I'm bothered. I am worried, guys, but maybe we'd be wrong. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Dunk knows best and all that, obviously. Apart from I got it wrong in terms of I did think that we would make some additions this summer. We tried. I was told that we tried for a centre back at Bournemouth. I forget his name. He used to play for Chelsea. And there's various players that we've been in. We will probably never know. But it's done. It's over with, and I just want to get on with the football now. Do you know what I mean? I would welcome your thoughts about what you think about the transfer window and our failure to recruit. I think I've gone on record a million times saying that I just thought that the European champions might flex a bit, and show a bit of intent. We've chosen not to. The manager believes that he's got enough, so we have to respect that, I guess. But it just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't add up to me, and I don't believe that you have to go out there and spend zillions of pounds to bring in new additions. There's some players moved around the transfer window that I would have willingly accepted, and I don't believe this. It's all about the woke coming in and fight for the place. No one wants to be second choice. Well, what happened with Liverpool in the 70s and 80s when there were players were queuing up to sign for us, and I believe that players have been queuing up to sign for us this summer. So it doesn't all wash with me. Unfortunately, you do get a small percentage that are very much like, oh no, this is right. It might be right that we were happy with the squad. That might be fine, but I don't believe some of the suggestions sometimes, and I've noticed a couple of journalists that I call the Liverpool clique have been very defensive of the club's policy this summer, and I can't help but think sometimes that they're not really impartial because they get a little bit fed to them every now and then, and if you toe the line, we'll keep you in the loop. Do you know what I mean? And that's a bit disappointing for me. However, right, it's done, isn't it? It's done. Some people are thinking we'll go and do business in January. Maybe we will, but that is also traditionally a difficult window to navigate, and players are overpriced again. So if we stay injury free, I'm sure we'll be all right. If we lose one or two players, Lallana, do you know what I mean? Can we count on Lallana? Can we count on Origi to provide cover up top when something goes wrong? Are we going to put it all onto Brewster? Stuff like that. I don't know. I think we're all within our rights to express our concerns, but we'll go with it, won't we, guys? We start tonight, we win tonight, we'll forget it. We'll crack on. Really looking forward to the football, guys. We can start talking about the real stuff again, and put that behind. It was a terrible transfer window, just terrible. Anyway. There are a few things I want to discuss with you that I might do in other videos, I'm not sure. I'm doing that. The podcast is returning on Monday, free episode every Monday. If you go to www.KopTalkPodcast.com, you can subscribe free to the podcast. And it's also on iTunes. If you've got a podcast app, just search KopTalk, and we'll no doubt go over everything again to do with transfers on Monday. But we will talk about the Norwich game. If you watch the Norwich game, and you're going to listen to the podcast on Monday, drop me an email before, in the morning of Monday or over the weekend to do with the Norwich game. Email me at podcast@koptalk.com. I guarantee I will read your email out, and it'll make it a little bit more enjoyable. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Keep your chins up, and drop me a comment below. Let me know what you're doing this weekend, and also give me your thoughts on the transfer window and the lack of activity, and are you concerned, or are you just totally like, nah, we're good enough, we're fine? Let me know, guys. All right, I'll speak to you in a bit. All right.